copy this one up here, and do another tween because the size at over here and over here is not the same. Okay, so we just need to copy them, even though the direction is okay. So we just need to copy up, and so I just copied from this endpoint here, yeah, and brought it up here. And so I cannot copy this one also and bring it here because the rotation is not the same. So I'll copy this one over to here, okay? And then I will do another tween, curves, yeah. So I have this here. It's the same shape, but I need it to be reduced. So if what I will do instead here is I would scale it using the scale command and make sure my center point is turned on. If you're using Windows, you will see it over here with your snapping options. If you can't find it, if you just click on O snap somewhere around this point, everything will come up. So I'll find it with my center point. So once I just go around, over here, it will start hovering the center point for me. So I'll just click, and then I'll just click one edge, and all I just have to do is sort of zoom in and drag it down to something that I want. Yeah, so maybe something like this is okay. And the reason why I did this is because eventually when we when we make a copy of it, unlike this one, we just have to do array polar. But if we do array polar for the ones on top, you will see what will happen. So I'll just show you. So if I loft this, okay, and then I drag my seam point to come here, and I have my shape. So if I try to do array polar over here now, I'll go to the top view, array polar, center polar array 0, number of items 30, okay, 360 degrees. It looks like it's fine, right? Okay, but if we zoom in over here, you can see it's moving off and away from the columns, and we don't want that. Okay, we need it to be perfect. So ideally what we have to do is we need to create for this one a quarter of them, just like we did for the columns. So we have to create for 1/4, and then we just have to rotate for the other sides. Okay, so this is a little bit of the dirty work that we have to do. So what I'm going to do is do my loft for this one, drag my seam point, or first of all, I think it would be advisable that we copy first everything. So what I'm just going to do here is I will take this curve and this curve, and then I will do orient 3-point for them. So orient 3 PT, and then I would choose this part, edge part here, end for my reference point, 1, 2, and 3. You can use the column if you want, or the beam as your reference point. So I would select here and, sorry, do it again. So 1, 1, 2, 3. And then I would come back here and do it in the same sequence. Okay, and so you see, so it's on the same plane, but the edge has moved. So it's similar to what happens to the polar array. So what we need to do is we have to move it back one by one. So I will move this back, and then I'll move this back, yeah. And then you can tween them, but ideally I would prefer to finish doing all and then come back and do all the tweening. All right. So I'll just do another one again. Orient 3 points. Make sure when orienting 3 points, your copy is turned on. If your copy is not turned on, you would probably leave the previous one. You would move, it's more like moving it instead of copying. So you make sure your copy is checked. Okay. Over here, it's here, but on Windows, you will see on the list of options somewhere around here, you will see copy. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Copy again. So you see, you can do any of the ones you want. So maybe now I can just do the one for the column instead of the beam. Center is trying to do something that I don't like, so I'll just move it. So you see, you kind of have an issue over here. So perhaps it's best to just use the column orientation instead of the beam, just so nothing moves away. So I'll just use the beam, sorry, instead of the column. Make sure you zoom in to be sure that your control points are where they are meant to be. Okay. And then now to move them to the position that they should be. So what I'm just doing is moving it. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost at the end. Okay, I think this is the last one. looks like it's at the edge, but I would still prefer to check it again and make sure it is. So yeah. Mm, okay. All right.